In almost every community in this province, you're going to find someone who have assessed their opportunities across Canada, maybe even looked around the world and decided that Saskatchewan is a place where they want to put down their roots. People like Jarrod Slugoski. Jarrod grew up in Moosomin, but he moved away to pursue a career in the hospitality industry. He spent a little more than 15 years working at the Fairmont Chateau Lake Louise. It's a pretty nice place. I've driven by it. I don't think I can afford to go in. But when his son was born a few years ago, he decided that his family needed a change and he needed a change. He decided it was time for him to go home. And in Moosomin, there was a restaurant that was up for sale. It was called the Corner Cafe. And Jarrod, he sought out some financing, and once that was achieved, he bought the Corner Cafe and he began to redevelop it. And today, the Corner Cafe is now known as the Cork and Bone Bistro. And some of you, I'm sure, have been there. It's a beautiful, elegant restaurant with a menu that wouldn't be out of place in any high-end eatery, whether it be in Banff or Lake Louise, downtown Toronto, Vancouver, wherever you want to be. And all of this happened just prior to the pandemic. Not the best time to open a restaurant. But the Cork and Bone Bistro is survived the pandemic and is going very strong today. And Jarrod said he's feeling very lucky of where he is. He says, and I quote, "I realized that living on a mountaintop for 16 years made me miss the closeness of community, the kinship. It's a really great family-oriented vibe in this town." Again, you can switch out Moosomin for virtually any community across Canada. Dr. Cara Fallis, she has enjoyed many fine meals at the Cork and Bone Bistro. Cara is the first medical resident to train in Moosomin as part of the family residency training program. Cara was raised in Toronto, took her medical training in the Philippines. She went through several interviews with other communities as she progressed through the Canadian Resident Matching Service, and in the end, Cara decided to move to Moosomin. That was the best fit for her. She liked the amenities that were available to her, including the swimming pool right in the middle of town. She liked the pace of life that was present in Moosomin. And it didn't hurt that the Moosomin District Healthcare Foundation made sure that when she arrived, her fridge was full. Cara said, and I quote, "I have a son who's 5 years old. I wanted to make sure I was moving somewhere that would feel comfortable for everyone in my family." And finally, there's Olha Volokh. Ola and her daughter Zlata are two of the many thousands of Ukrainians that have made home in our province. They sought refuge after the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Well, Ola is a graphic designer. She thought about moving to a bigger city, maybe a Toronto or a Vancouver, but she came to the conclusion that Saskatchewan just simply made more sense. She decided that Moosomin was the place for her family to be. It was affordable, it was friendly, and it felt like home. And today, Ola works with the World-Spectator, and she says, and I quote, "When the war started, I lost all trust in people. But here, I found that trust again." These are 3 stories among about 20,000 in less than the last 5 months alone. These are people that found what they are looking for right here in Saskatchewan. Delegates, our home has been a beacon of hope from the very beginning, the very origins of this province, a welcoming province where people with ambition and enterprise say they can build for the future, they can build for their family's future. Well, today I would say that future has arrived. This is the place, and now is the time. We have an unprecedented opportunity to build an even stronger Saskatchewan into the future. Let's take advantage of that opportunity. Let's do it together for this generation as well as for generations to come. Thank you very much and have a great conference.